Water gang. Hard pause. Water gang. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome to another episode of the Hard Pause Podcast. For episode 47, you got me, Julian, Blaq, and my brother here, Water TV. We got a couple other awesome individuals coming through. We're gonna have Hudson Redwater coming through, and Sauce from the Lostin TheSauce podcast, and probably a couple other family members also have the invite. They might be popping in, just to give you a heads up. All music played in the podcast. The links are in the description. Please go to Spotify, give them some spins. Apple Music, Spotify, whatever. I didn't put the Apple Music links in there, but the Spotify links are in the description. On Facebook and YouTube, on Twitch, hit me on Facebook or YouTube, or maybe even Instagram. Holla at your boy. All right, you got what you got, Terrell?
Yeah, I ain't got shit, man. Let's get to it.
All right, let's get to it. So when you want to start out, talking about the whole.
We got to start with Sloppy Joe. We got to start with Sloppy Joe. We got to start with that thing. That's like the hottest shit in the news right now. Like,
if you haven't heard already, Joe Biden has officially dropped out of the presidential candidacy for his second term. Him and his family were fighting not to do it. They fought to the last possible minute, but officially, and it's weird they did it on a weekend. Why ain't they just announce this shit Monday morning?
Now this is my thing, right? There's I got a few questions, right? My first question is, is he saying that he dropped out because he was sick? Is it because of COVID?
Were they thinking it was going to be something on that line? COVID gave him an out. I
think that ass whooping did it.
Yeah.
After Trump die after getting shot. I think that's what did it. Yeah. That's if you use your rational brain, right? Yeah. That's what it looked like. You got your ass whooped in the debate.
Yes, sir.
A week or two later, somebody tries to kill this nigga. He don't die. He get right up off the ground. He don't even go to the hospital for real. It looked like they just plucked the bullet out and just put a patch on him and say, "All right, you good?" Like,
no, they took that nigga to the hospital.
Of course he did, but I'm saying in our eyes, he wasn't laid up in no hospital. They plucked that nigga. He had a flesh wound. He really didn't get shot. He got grazed.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? They put some patches on that nigga and sent them out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, my thing is the motherfuckers that try to act like it was a staged event. I said, how? And you got people that literally got their brains blown out and people that were critically wounded. I said, that's like Trump's a superhero. He goes, okay, here's what we're gonna do, guys. Okay, you're gonna climb on that roof over there and you're gonna zip past me and I'm gonna turn my head lightning fast. But make sure we gotta really sell this. We gotta really sell it. So kill at least one other motherfucker and wound a few. We gotta
shit. Let's assume that let's just say that they was that diabolical to risk other people's lives to try to cover some shit up, right? Let's say this is true. I'm saying this to anybody that thinks this is a hoax. Would you allow somebody to shoot that close to your head from that far away and hope they miss you?
Nah,
I don't trust nobody that, man. What?
My thing is too that, and I tell people all the time, if you ever been to an event with a former president or a current president, there was no way that roof shouldn't have been secured. It was one of the clearest spots, close enough. He was only 150 yards from the podium. They deemed the building a threat, but they had cops and shit inside it. They didn't secure the roof. My boy was able to climb up with a ladder on the back
with the rifle out.
And people think, hey, there's a guy up there. Looks like he had something. Hey, as officer, excuse me. See, officer, there's a guy. There's a guy. He's up there. And you can see them recording it. They got recordings of him crawling and shit, setting up. And then the head of the Secret Service said the reason why they didn't have snipers on that particular location was because of the slope in the roof. But then they show snipers on a sloped roof.
Yeah, that don't what? That don't even make sense. Even if it's a slope in the roof, that make it even more so why y'all should have people on the roof, because it's a blind spot.
Yeah, and you know, even at worst case scenario, to be on that roof, the secure perimeter, you have to cut an apple pie slice out of it. It looks like Pac-Man. So they had the whole area secured except for that pack.
That one little spot. It don't make no sense. How did this kid know? Like, that's my whole thing. Like, that's my whole shit. It started when you start asking questions. It start to get like, all right, nigga, man. How did that kid know which roof to get on? That's the only roof that wasn't secured. Is somehow he knew which roof to get on. He wasn't in from the video that I seen with him getting on the roof and crawling on the roof. It didn't look like he was afraid of nobody seeing him.
Nah, he just was.
He didn't even have all black on. He didn't even have like no camouflage clothes. He had regular clothes on.
Yeah. From what I saw, it was the same. He just was like crawling unimpeded. Bought his own ladder to get up there.
Yeah,
his own ladder.
Yeah.
Allegedly, where his vehicle was parked, he walked a mile with his ladder, ammunition, and all this shit. An entire mile.
What state was this?
Pennsylvania, I think. Pennsylvania.
Is that an open carry in Pennsylvania? Ain't no open carry state, is it?
I think so.
It's a common law state. Hell no. That ain't that. Hell no. That's a common law state. I know that. That's like Massachusetts. Like, you know, nobody running around with no open guns out like in no Pennsylvania. Unless I'm tripping, maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, maybe in a wooded area for hunting reasons they got
but they can't do like that's state. They can't just prohibit certain parts of the state.
They at least my first Google search, it says Pennsylvania generally allows open carry of firearms without a license. In Pennsylvania, you must have a license to openly carry a firearm in order to lawfully carry a concealed weapon. You must be 21 years or older and possess a valid Pennsylvania license to carry firearms. So for concealed carry, it's a license. For long arms, it's
so basically you could be outside with a rifle and they die.
Yeah, and because it's a lot of wooded area. That's for hunting.
But that's really only the west part of like, because you know Pennsylvania is a strange state because half of it is the Midwest. Like niggas in Pittsburgh consider that the Midwest. That's not like the Pittsburgh nigga ain't nothing like a Philly nigga. That's two different kind of like people. Like
there's generally two different species of Negro.
For real. Because I think the other half of Pennsylvania is closer to Ohio, right? I think it's close to Ohio.
Let's open up some images.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's close to Ohio. Like it's right next to Ohio. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. There's a lot of militias and shit in the woods out there, shit like that.
Well, I would think so. You know, it was crazy when I told you that time when I was heading out to Connecticut, and for some reason my GPS had avoid tolls. I didn't set it like that. It's just the Harley thing was set up, so it was sending me to the mountains of Pennsylvania, and it started getting dark. I don't ride in the night at dark when it's dark. Of course, I don't ride when it's dark because there's more deer on the road. It's just way more dangerous. Your visibility is not as great. So I was thinking about pulling over and taking a hotel and getting up early in the morning and continuing on.
Hell no.
Man, I was riding and it was like dusk, and it just all of a sudden it got dark, and all of a sudden that whole highway was like red. Then a truck hit a deer, splattered that bitch. Deer guts flew all over the front of me and my Harley.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh hell no. So I worked my way over safely, and I got off the first session, made it to the first hotel. Thank God, called the president of my club and let him know. Said, yo, I was heading out. I was going to try to catch those cats up in upstate New York. I had to stop, man. This truck hit a deer and splattered all the guts all on me. He said, yo, you crazy riding through the mountains of Pennsylvania at night. That's crazy. I was like, nah, I didn't mean to.
That shit's super wildernessy and up there. Like,
and it's like those deers was kamikaze in the 18-wheelers, and that truck didn't even hiccup when it hit that bitch. It splattered.
Oh, he probably didn't even feel it. The dude that driving probably didn't even feel it.
On the top of my helmet, because I have the big visor and shit on my Harley. I got that electric light. It was deer guts and deer fur, and on the top of my helmet was deer fur. Some got on my leg. All over the front of my bike was deer guts and deer fur.
Man.
And with that blood on the road, I'm sure it was pretty fucking slippery. I'm glad I didn't like
that too. I didn't even think about that part too. Like that too. Like
God willing, I made it safely. I was like, yo, thank God for this. That's why I'm a little nervous about hopping back in the saddle. I'm gonna ride again, but I don't know when. We'll see soon. We'll see soon.
Yeah, that motorcycle shit crazy.
Yeah, and it is peaceful, man. When you riding on a bike, especially when you in a long ride and you got the hum of the bike and you just listening to your favorite music, that shit is relaxing. It's fun,
man.
Fun.
But what you think? Who you think they gonna replace with Biden?
Right now, it's open, man. They might keep Kamala up there and pull someone else in.
I highly doubt they're gonna keep Kamala.
Because who else?
Kamala about to get her N-word wake up call. She about to get her Negro wake up call. Even though you ain't a Negro, you about to get it because they about to skip right over you because they don't like you either. Like they're about to show you they don't like you neither, Kamala. They gonna show you because in any other situation, the vice president would have automatically been in there.
Yeah, it would have been a number one candidate. But you also think in most situations, if you got a president that lacks in political experience, the vice president is a seasoned politician. Almost every this is the only opposition where it was different. Biden's a seasoned politician and his vice president's not so seasoned. She's younger in the game than him.
They just used her as a token because she was pandering to black people. She was willing to pander the most. And then we found out she really ain't black. People start pulling her paperwork. Lady, you ain't black at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this video. There's a dude that I saw. He had a really good take on Biden pulling out and the possible people. Yo, what's Miss Lovable? Welcome to the broadcast. Much love coming in hot from Twitch. It will
salute.
Pick her. Don't pick her picking the VP. Well, it would be a disgrace, but Kamala, like in their situation, usually the VP is way more seasoned than she was, so they could probably use that as an excuse. They might not. They might let her run on a second ticket, or they might pick her as the front runner and pick someone else as a second. But I don't really see her smashing Slick Dick Don in a race. I don't see her winning a debate against Donald Trump.
That shit about to be the worst ass whooping of all time. Remember, I said that shit. Especially it's gonna be worse with Kamala. Kamala run like Kamala or whatever. That's her name, Kamala, because she don't like Kamala sound too niggerish. So Kamala.
That'd be for the brown voters. Kamala or
Kamala. Kamala, I think that's her name.
Miss Lovable, so I can't stand her.
Man, what? Me too. You too? I hate her. Like nobody really likes her though. Yeah. Nobody really likes that lady. Like
I know for a fact Biden don't, because when Biden jacked that border up with his shitty policies, he made her the border czar. What the fuck is she supposed to do?
If she had no experience in nothing of that realm,
nothing she could do. She can't go against the policies that are her boss put into place that is allowing this shit to go down. She can't. There was
I didn't like Kamala when Joe Biden was first running, he picked her. I was like, this is about to be a nightmare. She's a prosecutor. I don't trust no prosecutor. I tell you, know how I feel about that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't trust her from then. Like, she made a living locking people up. Like,
oh, definitely. Yeah, she definitely
at all.
She can't even keep up with a word battle with this dude. He's gonna fucking clown her. He's a professional troll, and he has decades of preparation.
I think what she'd do if she what's her name, she'd try to avoid the face-to-face debates as much as possible.
Rightfully so.
I think she'd try to.
This kid, he's not even a Trump lover. I don't know why he's wearing that MAGA hat. But
Who's that?
This kid I'm about to play you now. He's basically breaking down the people they have that they could possibly put up, the front running politicians.
I keep hearing Gavin Newsom.
Yep, he's one of the ones my boy mentions. Hold up, let's throw it up.
That's the main one that I keep hearing too. Like
Sauce Money coming in high. What's up, guys?
I'm doing great.
Sauce.
So very often, but y'all.
Let me pause this, John.
Lost in the sauce. Was good.
Shut up, man.
Sitting here talking about sloppy Joe Biden. Dropped out of the race.
I just saw that, bro.
Yeah, that's what we talking about. Shit.
Hey, listen, if this is your first time in the podcast, please go ahead and click the link in the description for the Lost in the Sauce podcast. This is the host of Lost in the Sauce podcast, Mr. Sauce.
Appreciate it.
Family,
Absolutely.
Hudson should be in here. Hudson should be in here a little later. We're just gonna listen to this dude because he became surprisingly a Trump lover. He never liked Trump. He was talking so much trash.
I'm telling you, mad people like that though. I told you, Biden. Listen, man, and this is no disrespect to nobody. Biden let too many people in the country at one time. He was supposed to slow drip that shit. He
Like
let
Obama.
too many people in that one. Yeah, everybody's mad. Like even people that's from them countries, the ones that came here legally, they more mad than we are.
Well, that's what people don't understand. Legal immigrants are more upset
they're
about.
pissed off. What?
Oh yeah, because they had to wait. They had to pay money. They had to have their shit together before they come here, and they're just bringing in all these people and giving them everything.
Just giving them shit. Yeah.
I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but I would vote for Trump.
Everybody's saying
that. This is my take. I'm gonna keep it a buck with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get into the politics as far as like the presidents, all that, because I feel like that's just a smoke screen anyway. Mm-hmm. They're just a poster child. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the House is so divided that it doesn't matter if a president wants to do something. If the other squad don't want to do it and they have the majority, then they're going to try to veto. It's like they're fighting inside the house. It's like a mother and father a mother's trying to implement her rules, but the father keeps stopping it. Then the father wants to implement, but the mom keeps stopping it, and the kids suffer. You know what I'm saying? So,
but to be honest with you, ain't nobody really stopping Biden from doing that. He kind of got in there doing what he wanted to do. Ain't nobody stopping all this shit that's happening now. Shit he wanted to do. Ain't nobody stopping that nigga.
Listen. If everybody, because I'm not yay or nay for neither one of these motherfuckers. It's kind of like
me neither.
Do you want to get shot in the face or stabbed in the back? That's basically your option. We know what Trump is, so he's shooting you in the face like this is who I am. Democrat side like, yo, man, we're friends. You walk away and get poked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's really choose your poison. But if anybody spent any of them stimulus checks that Trump sent out, I don't hear shit. Oh, Trump's this, Trump that. Did you spend that stimulus? Whatever. I don't hear shit.
My whole thing is right. If you put weigh cons and pros, right, Biden is no better than Trump. So I don't get with you can't really say shit.
Shot in the face or stabbed in the back.
My biggest deal is this. What I try to explain to folks too. One of the biggest crux we have in the situation, Trump's part of the rich, wealthy elite, but he ain't part of the squad. He's more of
an outsider.
He's an outsider, and they piss him off, and he fucked with their money. There were shit decisions he was supposed to make.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, and
he's screwing everything up for them.
He's fucking with the senators and congressmen's bread. They need these wars going. They need these things going. They need that for their money.
See, Trump just sees green, bro. He's like, nigga just sees green. He a businessman.
Yo, when I ain't gonna say what I do for a living, though everybody probably already know. When that motherfucker came in and motherfuckers foreign countries that we was paying money to try to tell us no on something, Slick Dick Dung, wait a minute, what the fuck they mean no? Hudson Redwater sliding in hot.
What's good,
salute.
Blessings, peace and blessings, my brother.
Yo.
We ain't here talking about sloppy Joe Biden dropping out of the race.
Oh, all right.
You ain't missed too much. You know
you ain't missed too much. Now, one of the reasons I want to play this guy, actually, his hat is.
Bro, can't see your head. Your camera kind of. Bro. Yeah. Okay. Julian.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Yeah, your shit was chopped out, like.
Oh, real quick. Blaq, you my vocals is good. My audio good.
You perfect. You perfect.
Oh, okay, cool.
Outstanding, sir. Perfect. All right. Yeah, but and that's why I said they need to get out. Well, this dude, his hat is just mimicking Trump. It says "Make Republicans Afraid Again" or some shit like that. So he's not.
He's trolling. He's
trolling. He hates. He's a very liberal nigga. He hates. And even though Trump, one of the reasons the Republicans hate this nigga because he's not a real true conservative. He's jumped the fence. He's been a Democrat. He's been a Republican. He's a Green Party nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's about the bread. And he doesn't make decisions that he don't want to listen to niggas, and that pisses a lot of people off. You're like, wait a minute, what do you mean I can't? I'm the president, nigga.
Yeah. He a multi-billionaire businessman conglomerate. Now he was the president. You can't tell him shit.
He bullied the prime minister of Iraq so much because he was refusing to take back violent criminals. That nigga quit.
Yo, how many felonies this nigga got? Yo, he got what was it, 37, 32?
You know, here's the thing. What I tell people about those felonies, what they did was they took a bunch of misdemeanors and they used the RICO charge to change them to felonies. All these misdemeanors are outside of the statute of limitations.
That's why he ain't go to jail. Like
that
shit ain't even
RICO. So it's just more for political.
Yo, wait. They got Trump on a RICO or something?
Yeah,
he caught a RICO case.
Yo, he
50 said that one time. He said, "Why do you think he's resonating with the black community?" And 50 goes, "Because niggas got RICOs on them."
Yeah, he with the niggas.
Yeah,
man.
that shit ain't had nothing to do with that shit. Nigga, I think niggas in all actuality, if you put the jokes aside, right, I think niggas is more mad at Biden than they are for Trump.
Yeah,
people is mad. You let too many people in the country at one time. You're bugging. And people, we can see this when we go outside in our neighborhoods. You go in the grocery stores, you go in the parks, you seeing the shit.
Well, they literally have migrant camps set up with buses, heated buses that brings them food and won't allow American citizens to enter. American homeless people can't participate.
Right.
That's crazy. How you taking care of people? Like I brought it to it like this. I explained it like this. It's kind of like when you see them supporting other countries. It's kind of like you got a house, you got family, got kids, and you going grocery shopping for the next door neighbor, and and your kids are starving. You know
shit, not like, even the next door neighbor, the motherfucker on the other side of town.
Yeah. And then
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You sending money out there, you cash up and selling a nigga from another state,
right?
For groceries, and your fridge is empty.
Yeah,
and your kids are hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't make sense to me.
And that's what another reason too. Like even the diehard people that are anti reparations for black folks. They said, so you've been telling black folks for 80 years that it will ruin our economy to pay reparations, and you giving it to niggas who haven't even helped or coming from outside the country, and you pulling billions of dollars out your ass every year.
We're missing that leader, bro. We're missing that Malcolm X, that Martin Luther King is gonna fight for us. Everybody's all TikToking.
It's people fight. It ain't that. It's people fighting for him. It's a bunch of niggas on it. You just gotta know this niggas. They got. Look, you laughing. Look, I'm about to tell you something. You about to not laugh. In California, they damn near about to pass a reparations bill right now.
And it's
exactly you about not laugh. That's what I'm telling you right now. Like, so it's people fighting for it. It ain't. It's just this. This the problem, right? It's white people just gotta stop saying. Just admit it and say, yo, we just don't want to give y'all money because y'all niggas. And stop dancing around it. And that's the problem. Like it don't matter who fighting for it. That's the problem because they keep making excuses. All the people still saying the economy gonna crash if we give black people reparations.
The economy gonna crash anyway because it's fragile.
Right now, in the current trajectory, yes, you are absolutely
it's gonna crash because it's fragile. Dude, if the Wi-Fi goes out, everyone's screwed.
Shit, you see how people was panicking the other day?
Yeah, absolutely. With that Microsoft hack, canceling the airports, like that movie, Leave the World Behind, like the Civil War joint. Like they really broke down the possibility of how fragile and how delicate. And how much this can go left in a blink of an eye. So I'm just waiting.
Our power grid is vulnerable. It's easy to get at. If they do hack in and they could, even if they don't fuck with it directly, the mechanics of the power grid that should have been updated, they can easily blow shit up and fuck with the water supplies. And we done let in an army of niggas that hate us. There's millions of military age dudes from countries that can't stand America that they're letting in 10,000 plus a day.
Yep,
they're letting them all in.
Yeah, and on top of that, like everything is going digital. So it's like if the internet goes belly up and everyone's money is tied up in these digital apps in the banks or whatever, your money is screwed up. You know what I'm saying? It's a rough hand.
Shit, but even if you got cash, right, but look, this the fucked up part. Look, this the fucked up part. Even if you got cash, if the internet go down, that shit ain't that cash ain't worth shit.
That's why you got to get gold and silver. You got to get it in a bullion.
That's why they got rid
Man,
of
if the
Gaddafi,
internet
'cause
go
he trying to
down,
make
man,
a world
even the
bank
gold, if they
out
tell
to
you the
America.
gold ain't worth shit, it ain't worth shit.
Gold's worth.
If they
Gold's
tell
worth
you
shit.
that
That's an
shit ain't
element.
worth shit, that
Gold's
shit
an
ain't
element
worth
from the
shit.
earth, brother.
Huh?
Gold's an element from the earth that will always have value.
How though? But who puts this is what I'm trying to say. Who puts the value on it?
It's a trend.
Hold on. Sauce, who puts the value on it?
What do you mean, dude? It's an element. Okay, you gonna say a gold bar doesn't have value compared to the dollar? Because dollar.
No,
I'm
saying
paper printed with.
I'm saying the powers that be is the ones that put the value on shit. So if they tell you a bag at one point cotton was the money.
Well, I see where you're going with it.
They put the value at one point. Tobacco was the money.
But the only thing about rare earth elements and shit like that, gold and diamonds and shit of that nature, it always had an intrinsic value throughout the history of humanity. So manhood, it mattered the desire of people to collect that particular thing. So we would have to gauge the value of it. If everything's down, somebody would have to understand the value of it and want to trade.
If everything down, people just gonna trade resources for resources. It ain't gonna be no gold.
It'll mostly
before.
Yeah, the barter system.
It'll go back to trade. It'll go back to trade. Because honestly, it's gonna come a time where gold and silver ain't gonna be worth nothing. And the man that with the most money is the dude with the potatoes and eggs and
the motherfucker with land that could grow shit and animals and
you can't eat a bar of gold. But my point of bringing that up is, but at the moment, current right now, gold is currency.
Oh yeah.
Money, cash is not real currency. That's the point I was making.
And that's how they
the value fluctuates.
That's how they getting us to with bricks, because bricks, all their rupees are going to be backed by gold, and it's going to be a currency that pays for petrol.
That's the reason why they got rid of Gaddafi, because he was trying to create a world bank in the Middle East where it'll cut out and it'll make the American dollar valueless.
Yeah, and he was also wanting to create a fresh water system to deliver water within Africa. I was like, really?
No, it was a lot he was trying to do. They labeled him a terrorist, they labeled him that, and they took him out.
Wow. That was your boy. That was Obama.
Yeah.
that was Obama. That was Obama that killed. I'm tripping. Was that? But that was Obama, right?
I think so. I think
killed Muammar. I swear that was Obama.
Well, he got overtaken.
His own about that shit. Yeah,
killed his ass. It probably was a CIA-driven coup.
You know how that shit go.
Well, first of all, he shouldn't have talked shit about my bitch, Michael. I mean Michelle.
If the beef was over Michelle, son, that would be the crazy. That's the shit right there.
My lady.
You talk about my woman,
I'm coming guns out, dog. At the end, I'm just a nigga from Chicago. By way of Hawaii and the Philippines.
Nigga told me, yo, drop the Addy, nigga. I'm pulling up.
Well, I said, do y'all even want to hear this layup of this nigga?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like 20 minutes,
let's go ahead and hear it. He's basically gonna give a breakdown of the possible candidates and his take on it, which ain't too far off from what I hear from most people.
Remember that video that I did when I said that they was going to let Biden crash out at the debate and then they were going to replace him? And that's why they were having the debate so early, so they'd have time to try to regroup. So since Dementia Joe is clearly not going to make it, who do you think they're going to try to put in place? You want America to be like California? I'd rather wipe my ass with sandpaper than vote for this set of teeth. This dude's a possibility, but he's pretty much ruined New York City, and we all know how they like to ruin stuff, so they might take him. This dude might be a contender. Hear me out. He fits their MO. Super old, barely knows where he's at, but loves to sniff children. If they had half a lick of sense, they would go and apologize and try to make it right with RFK Jr.
He's running independent, though.
Well, I mean, the American people really like him, but he's not with the party line on a lot of stuff, so who knows what they're going to do. I doubt it's going to be this. Regardless of what they do, I'll just be happy when I never have to hear Joe Biden mumble on TV ever again.
See, now the thing with Mr. Kennedy is they ran him out of the party. They were acting like Biden was going to be the nigga, and then even after he went independent, they changed rules at the last minute to disqualify him from being on the independent ticket. They made requirements, but he met all of them. He got people to back him, to help him meet the monetary requirements, to help him meet everything. So he stayed in the game. I was thinking myself, and it was funny that he mentioned it. I said they need to suck Robert's ass, RFK's ass. He's the one
that nigga do too much double talking.
He is. He's offensive.
That nigga be babbling, man. When you listen to that nigga, man, he be double talking out his ass, man. I try to get that nigga a shot. I'm like, this nigga be spinning. This nigga like listening to a woman argue, like just spinning. I'm like, nigga, stay on topic. Stop spinning. You trying to be on both sides of the fence. It don't work like that, sir. Like
he do be a bit of a offensive, and he goes on. And a lot of his topics, like I know that I don't like his policy that's gonna be on guns. He's gonna be taking the guns, and I never understood that. How do you fix crime with guns by taking guns from legal people? That's not gonna fix the crime with the guns.
Look, this the thing, right? This is my opinion, right? If you see a candidate running on anti-gun shit, you wasting time. America is built off guns, like. So all that trying to get rid of the gun shit is a waste of time, nigga.
Because you know that they need it back in the NRA too. So
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You wasting time on that. Find something else to argue about. The gun shit is out like that. People not, especially you got people running in, shooting up places. Ain't nobody giving up their guns, sir.
Well, and the thing about it too is that they're using like illegal gun usage as numbers to pad their legal gun laws. Like these niggas that are doing the crimes that are padding their laws
are still gonna be able. They're still gonna be able to get these guns.
Yeah,
and people could build guns in a house now. Like,
I mean,
ghost guns. And then what's that shit they be doing? The printer,
the 3D printer.
3D printer. They be printing guns with them shits. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of things out there. But then I tell people like and they act like these other countries like the UK. In the UK, criminals still got guns. Somebody try to argue with me. No, they don't. They're
always gonna have access to guns, bro.
They barely do though. They don't.
Criminals have 100% access. The regular civilians, it's harder for them to get it. The criminals, there's barely, if ever, a shooting with a criminal gun of an innocent civilian over there, because the criminal entities will take out that nigga for making it hot on the block. If you kill an innocent
organized out there, you saying
organized crime, they kill each other, and the cops don't care. Y'all killing each other, but at least y'all not killing innocent niggas.
Right.
Them niggas be stabbed. I ain't going front though. I did my research. They don't really. They got guns, but they don't got guns like that. That's why they be stabbing each other. Like it'll be. Know what they do? They'll ride around looking for each other, and they see a nigga they got beef with, and like 4 or 5 of them niggas will jump out with knives, and they be really doing that, jump out and be stabbing each other, like
bro.
What? That shit is with them niggas brutal, like what? Man, man,
you ain't shooting from across the street, you upon them.
But they got guns though, but it ain't like how you would come out here and see a little kid with a switch in his bag. Like it ain't like that. Yeah. Like these little kids got switches.
Dude, they be showing the little Chicago niggas. They be up there just killing, videotaping, and all these niggas just got fucking semi-automatic. All of them got fully automatic semis. They got everything. I was like, damn, little.
You know what's the wild shit with Chicago, right? Because Chicago is mad close to Indiana. So the gun laws is mad lax in Indiana, but in Illinois, they tougher in Illinois. So them niggas just could go to, because Gary, Indiana, like 30, 45 minutes from Chicago.
So they just cross the lines and grab it up and come back.
And from what I hear it be trains with guns on them shits going through Chicago, and niggas be robbing the trains.
Well, the one thing that Terrell pointed out to me one time, we was having a debate. It wasn't on a pod. We were talking about the situation with the guns, and he was saying, you ever notice how whenever they get real strict on the gun laws, heat in the street prices is higher. It actually inflates the value of dirty guns. So when they make everything illegal, it actually inflates the illegal gun market and makes them motherfuckers even more money.
Yeah. So like say if I'm a dirty ass politician, right? And I'm the one really behind how all these guns getting on the street. If I want to make money, I'll just set a law. I'll just ban a certain type of gun and then put it on the black market. I'll make triple my money. That's what they was doing, because that's what they was doing with the alcohol too. Like during the prohibition, That's why, because if you watch the show Boardwalk Empire, like in the beginning of Boardwalk Empire, it's about like the prohibition when alcohol was illegal. But you see all these politicians in a room and they celebrating when they about to make alcohol illegal because they know in the back door they gonna make so much money. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they were celebrating that shit. It's the same shit with the guns. You make the shit illegal, you're gonna make way more money on the back end.
Yeah, I never thought about it from that aspect. That made a lot of fucking sense.
That's what they doing. That's what they doing. Because somehow rich people still got all that shit they ain't supposed to have legally. They be having it somehow legally, like somehow they be having that shit and it be legal somehow.
Well, there's some things that people think are federally illegal that aren't. Like a suppressor is not illegal. You just need a special permit to get it. You can still get a suppressor. And one of the reasons it's heavily regulated because our senators and congressmen thought it made guns whisper like the movies. So they push legislature through to make it. And here's how crazy it is. In the UK, if you got a pistol and it's for competition shooting, it's required that you have a suppressor permanently mounted to the barrel to make it longer.
Wow.
So all right, so question to get the suppressor, you said you gotta have what?
A federal permit. You gotta apply through the feds.
And who could get that?
Anybody, you could get it.
Oh, anybody can get a federal permit?
Yeah. If you got a state permit, you get you know how you do. You get the city permit, and you get the state permit, and then you apply for federally if you want to get a suppressor. But I think what they do is they do shoot the ballistics with the suppressor, and they keep it on file.
Oh, so I'm sure they do that. You can't do shit with that. You shoot that shit, they on you. I'm sure they do something like that.
Yeah.
And I heard you can't. How many times can you shoot a suppressor?
It's probably a limited amount of time.
Unlimited.
But I mean, it's probably thousands and thousands around. I was to that range on Stratford Avenue. I had went there, and there were people in there shooting suppressed guns, and they was way quieter, but you could hear the shit shoot still. It was
yeah, I'm sure.
It was none of that.
I wonder if it could get around the shot spotters.
I don't know if the shot
spotters.
Depends
on the decibels. It depends on how the decibels. That's what.
Oh, all right. So maybe it's probably depending on how high around the caliber is to see. Right. Yeah. So maybe if you got a 22 with a suppressor, you ain't gonna hear that bitch.
And I hear, and here's what's funny.
You ain't gonna hear, or like even a 9 too. Like the shot spotter might not catch the 9 either. Like
it traps the gases released from the ignition of the primer, and it lessens the noise. So the bullet that comes out of a suppressed weapon is traveling a little slower, but it takes a lot of the shock from the explosion that sets it off out of the so it's not as loud. That's how the suppressor works. It literally suppresses the sound of the what's the word you used? Decibels. It suppresses the decibels. And it's funny, I just saw a YouTube video about this shit the other day. about how suppressors work.
That shit is interesting. But to make a long story short, making that an issue, as soon as I see a candidate running on that, you wasting time. Now stop making that gun shit an issue. That shit is what's that? The Second Amendment, the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
Nigga, what? Like that's like what the shit built on. The country is built on that shit. Like what? And before that, before they made the Second Amendment, the police was running in people's house, just doing all kind of shit to them. The right to bear arms really was to protect yourself from the law.
And the British soldiers, that's one of the reasons they were so obsessed about them taking over your home. That's written right in there. They can't come and take over your home.
Right.
The British was like, we're here now. We're fighting this great battle. That's a very nice house. How about we go stay there for a week or so?
Just running in people's houses, taking their houses and shit.
That's crazy.
It's a custom.
That Second Amendment shit ain't going nowhere. So
well, they're trying to pass a law for the president about if the president has immunity for any crime that he commit during his presidency.
Well,
but they had that already.
But here's the deal. What they were doing is they were going to try to create crimes of Trump shit that he did while he was president. That's why they were pushing that shit. They don't want to convict Obama. They don't want to convict Biden. Obama blew up civilians, innocent people. He blew up U.S. citizens overseas. if that wasn't the case, presidential movie was the case, he have a criminal charges against him.
They had that, and look, they had that already. They just see, this is the thing they be doing. They just be wording shit different, right? I'll give you a prime example. George Bush Jr. Who was his vice president? What's this nigga? Cheney, right?
Cheney.
Wasn't they wanted somewhere for war crimes somewhere?
Yeah.
So they basically was killing motherfuckers. I'll put it to you like this: if you got smoke with the president while he's president, he not gonna kill you himself. You just gonna die. You gonna have a cold. Yeah, right. You gonna have a cold one day, and you just ain't. You feel what I'm saying? So he basically got immunity. They just not telling you like.
One day they got immunity. He sneezed and his whole asshole fell out. He just died immediately. It was the weirdest thing ever.
I'm telling you, I figured that out when I found out that Bush Jr. and Cheney had they had warrants, literal warrants on them for war crimes.
Come on, man.
If they was going to certain places,
man, they invented that shit. Man.
But that's what I'm saying.
They at least made it famous.
So that's what I'm saying. So if they ain't go to jail or nothing, what do you mean?
Now, even with the Cheney situation. He was a huge investor in those contract companies that help rebuild Iraq, help rebuild all this shit. So he became really rich. Off of these wars.
They all do that though. This the weird shit. Look at them niggas. Look, if you look at the president, look at that nigga pockets before he going, and then look at their pockets after they be rich when they get out. Yeah, the salary be small, but it's that back end money they be getting that they don't tell you about.
The presidential salary. You know what that motherfucker is yearly? About $400,000.
Yeah, that's the food money. That's really like they kids. That shit is for the kids' tuition and food money. But I'm saying for them though. But they do rest of that money. They be making way more money on the back end.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, honestly, in our lifetime, the first motherfuckers who alleged net worth went down was Slick Dick Don. His net worth went down. He's the first president in our generation. Everybody else,
I just think he just ain't stupid. He was hiding his money. He knew they was gonna try to get it.
Most likely, yeah, because they was after his money.
That's all it was. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You know how much people was giving that nigga Trump following? Trump probably got one of the richest followings that you will ever see in probably history for real.
His campaign contributions aren't part of his net worth. The campaign
I know.
Part of that.
I know.
So, but yeah, you're right. He broke campaign records. Once they made him a felon, 47 felonies, whatever the fuck they pulled out of their ass, that nigga raised like 400
I swear to God, he got one of the nastiest little fan base that you'll ever see. They be spending money on him. That's why he'll never go broke. He could do 4 years president, and once he get out, they'll make him rich right again if they break him.
Well, they're also loyalists too. They loyal. They ride for him too.
Hell yeah.
Earthquake said, I want a woman like a Trump supporter. What do you mean they would have me fucking bitches? Baby, that's fake news. That's fake news.
Yeah.
You can't listen to them hoes.
My only issue is they make it seem like Trump the only one lying. All them niggas be lying. They all lie. All them niggas be lying.
I watched the fact check on that debate, right? They were fact checking the shit out of Slick Dick Don. He lied. What did he do? He lied. He told some opinionative shit, but he didn't like tell a lie. Biden literally said, I'm the first president where there's been no soldiers that have died my whole presidency. The first president in 50. You forgot about them 16 niggas that got blow up in Afghanistan?
Man, that nigga Biden was up there just making up shit. That's why I was like, what? This nigga
they did that to him on purpose, though. I think
they did that on purpose. It was nasty. It was a nasty slaughter. It looked like an old man getting stoned.
You know, and my favorite part was when he was like, yeah, never mind. And Trump goes, first of all, I don't know what he said there at the end. I doubt he knows. I doubt very much he knows.
Man, that was one of the nastiest slaughters in history, dog.
And they tried to stack it for Joe, man. They tried to take care of him. They said no studio audience because you know that nigga was gonna have the audience booing or cheering.
Yeah.
They said Kennedy specifically could not be there.
Why?
For some reason they didn't want the nigga there.
That's weird.
It's weird. I don't know whether it was Trump's crew, which I don't see Trump running from an argument, or it was Biden's crew. But the Democrats try to sabotage Kennedy still running, so I'm leaning to believe it was the Democrats that didn't want him there. Because they tried to change rules and everything to make him not be able to run as an independent. He basically had a billionaire had to step up and say, you know what, this is my guy. Let me throw some money at it. Threw some money at it, and he's like, okay, he did it. He made it. Well, but you didn't sign this.
I'm gonna tell you what, they in a fucked up spot right now, the Democrats, because if they don't endorse Kamala, because Kamala is just a black way of saying her name is Kamala. So Kamala, if they don't let her run, it's gonna look weird on their behalf, like, because all that babbling they be doing and all this and that, all that talking is gonna look real strange. Because now y'all had the woman to run, y'all got her right there. Why not let her run? Let her run and get her ass kicked. She gonna get that ass kicked. She run. She gonna get her ass kicked.
She run. Trump got it.
Yeah, not by a nasty landslide too.
Yeah, that'll unite the country in such a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, black women? No. Like they won't. It'd be nice to see, but they do not want to see it.
I don't think that she ain't black though. She not black though.
You know we're gonna claim. We always got half and halves in the White House.
She not even half though. This
I don't care if it's a quarter.
She not weirdo. This is the thing. Where is she a quarter though?
Her daddy was they kept saying he was half black. He was half Coolie Indian from India and black. Her mother was full blood Indian.
And I think he was half Coolie and white though. I don't even think he was black, half Coolie and white. So that means he was Indian and white. So she 75%
on her joint.
No, where?
No, on the like when you introduce her, she be the first African American and first like.
And then this video of her saying she the first. Black. Hold on, there's videos of her saying I'm the first Asian such and such too. Like, which one she be flip flopping?
This one comedian.
She not black though.
She not on a Drake tip, bro.
No, that lady is not. That lady is Rachel Dolezal.
Yo, check it.
That lady like Rachel Dolezal. She not black at all. Like
he said, I gotta send a shout out to Kamala Harris for being the first Indian Jamaican American to be elected African American.
Right, like what?
Right, she ran it with that black card.
And that lady only act black when it's time to run for president. When it's time to run, the whole 3 years ago, 2 years ago, she wasn't even saying shit about no black nothing. Like she was Asian.
Immigrants from taking all the black jobs. Huh?
They be getting me with that immigrant shit. They call everybody an immigrant.
If you
immigrant. Well, technically, yeah, we all descended of immigrants because we wasn't here originally. Except for some of the motherfuckers that came from.
I ain't no motherfucking immigrant. What you mean?
I'm talking about the origin.
We could debate on that. There was no United States. Hold on, there was no United States before black people built it. So how we immigrate? Where?
Well, I know my father's side, man.
Probably a piece of you, but most of you, nigga, you my cousin, nigga. Most of you, but most of you, nigga, was here already. So you know what I'm saying?
Man, we talking about the white folks, nigga.
All them niggas is immigrants. All them niggas immigrants. Most of them came during the 20s anyway, though. Ellis Island.
Generations American, nigga. Nah,
I had this professor I used to watch on YouTube, and he was talking about the history. He had a course he gave on the history of American immigration, and he talked about the forced migration of Africans via the Pan-African slave trade, where they brought niggas over, and he talked about how Africans moved up and down through, like they were in South America, and some of them moved their asses on up. There was a lot of Africans based in Florida. Terrell, me and you was talking about this.
Niggas been here thousands of years, man. Thousands of years, man. Black people been here thousands of years. Matter of fact, it's a town in Mexico. I forgot the name of the town, but they celebrate Juneteenth too. Because in Florida, there was a war. It was called they called it the Indian War, but it was a group of black natives and red natives that got together and they was fighting whitey. and during the war, the white people had to make like a treaty with them and made them move to like Oklahoma. And from Oklahoma, they went to that town in Mexico, and that's why that certain town in Mexico celebrates Juneteenth too. Like
those warriors were wild. You hear the stories?
Yeah, they was what? They was wilding.
They go on a plantation, kill all white folks, and tell the slaves, "Well, when the whitey come here, they're gonna kill you. So you either come with us or stay here and die."
I'm out. I'm out.
Facts.
We out. Hey, baby.
They made specific. If they heard about a ship coming in, they specifically went to get fresh Africans too. So if you was freshly here and you wasn't brainwashed yet and you wasn't fucked up, they went to get you because you was gonna bring that tenacity down to their tribe and work with them to keep doing war parties and free other people.
Yeah. They was fucking them up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised they ain't make a movie about that there.
Because they be trying to keep shit under. They really want because they want us all to feel like we all came here over boats, but it was black people here way before Christopher Columbus and all them came here. Like that
Blaq,
shit
they're
is
waiting for you to make that movie, bro. You gotta make it.
You know how much bread you need, nigga, to do that shit. They'll cancel you, they'll silence you before you get out the window. Like,
man, get an iPhone. Use one of y'all mics and right over it, nigga.
What you was about to say, Dave?
Put that shit on Tubi, nigga. We good.
Tubi.
Yeah. See, true. The first movies that'll come out of the organization definitely gonna have to be Hudson Redwater Productions with all the work he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you definitely got to make some movies, TV shows.
Hudson, what work you doing, brother? Talk about it.
Oh, he's talking about this book I'm writing called The Adazi Vampires, about this tribe of African vampires that's like 500,000 years old. You know, he been reading. I'm already
intrigued, bro.
Yeah,
Look, I was trying to catch you next week. I mean, last week, right? I read the first 2 chapters. I swear to God, that shit is so fire, nigga.
Yo, I need that, bro.
Fire. That shit is so fire.
I'm about to send Jules chapter 5. I'm gonna send you chapter 3, and then I'll send you the first 2 chapters.
I bet. Yeah, I'm waiting. That shit is so fire, man.
And I'm telling you, the ingredients to it has everything. For you short attention span motherfuckers that need to be paying attention, it grabs your attention. It's just immediately intriguing. It's immediately descriptive. Like his way of describing the environment, you could picture that shit while you read it.
Right. Oh, very detailed. Listen, man, I'm getting on my post-production tip too right now. You know, my podcast just went visual, so I went to school for it. So listen, man, we need to get together. We gotta do something.
Yeah, that shit is fire. I ain't gonna lie. The first paragraph is it's damn near starts off with like action. That shit is fire. Like I ain't gonna lie. That shit is.
And I told him, fire. I like what you did there. I see for those little attention span niggas, you grab them right away. Okay, nigga, you looking okay? Look over here. This is going on, nigga.
Yeah, we gotta start off with some action. We should start off with a fight,
man. Yeah, I'm locked in. I'm waiting. Whenever you send it, I'm waiting. I'm locked in.
Let me tap in, brother.
I'm gonna send it right after we get off this show. I'm gonna send it out. Yeah, I appreciate that too. I appreciate
hell yeah. What?
And the beautiful thing about it is he's expanding upon like real stories, and he's like using his imagination and he does real historical research on the stuff he's writing. So he has real historical context and everything. Like this brother just went to tell him about your trip to the museum recently, man.
Oh yeah, last week I went to the Museum of Modern Art. I met with one of my peeps that's an archaeologist. So you know they actually got like a library inside the museum.
My peeps are archaeologists. That's even alone.
So anyway, make a long story short. So he took me. They got a library inside the Museum of Modern Art where like if you part of academia, you know, because you got to put the white gloves on because you know it's real ancient text, like real old scrolls and shit like that. So he got me in there, was bringing me through some things because I'm finishing up chapter 5. So now I'm going into chapter 6. But he had me up in here, so I was looking up some stuff on like Lemuria and some more in-depth stuff on like Sumerian and all that stuff. But it was fire. My first time being in I felt like I was like in a monastery. Like I'm like, this shit crazy. The white gloves. They bring the book out to you.
That's dope. You got the like the movies, man, where they looking for something.
I could tell you right now. Hudson's a spiritual ass dude, so he probably in his imagination, his formulation of birthing these ideas on the paper, he took some energy from the ancient scrolls and stored them in his body. I promise you that.
Listen, that's so dope, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I know we all like readers, but I'm more active. I mean, I'm always gonna read stuff no matter what I'm doing. But writing a book is forcing me to read like 10 times more, take notes. So I feel like I'm back in school again. But I'm like, my mind is bugging right now. I got so many thoughts. I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like,
that's fire, bro. Yeah, I need that. I appreciate you letting me tap in, man. Getting the first piece. So when it blow up, I'm like, yo, man, I was one of the first niggas that read that shit, man.
And what he's written in the universe he's created is infinite possibilities and infinite direction.
That shit is so fire and I like that kind of shit too. That shit is so gas. I was sitting there in my phone reading through the email. I'm like, yo, this shit. Once I started reading, I couldn't stop. Like,
Yeah.
Right?
I was like, yo, this shit crazy. Like, I'm telling you, once you start reading it, like once you get into that second paragraph, you ain't gonna be able to stop. Like,
yo, and I
ain't better stop.
Here's what I like what Dave did. Dave sent me, because we was talking, and he sent me the first chapter and shit. And I had it to read, and I got busy with a bunch of shit, and I completely forgot about it. And then we talked about it. I said, I didn't read Dave's shit. He wouldn't send me nothing else until he knew I read the other one. And then once I told him, I said, okay, I read the first part. I'm going to reread it. And then he sent me the other one. And I spent all Saturday just reading that shit. The whole Saturday I went, I finished. I said, already, motherfucker?
And I sent him the character breakdown too. I sent them like,
I read through that too. Like, I read
character development.
We got it. And then
I need that before I go, because I'm going to the pool with my family on Friday. I need to be poolside reading.
I'm sending it to you right now as soon as we get off the.
My man.
Appreciate you.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit is so fire. I could see the shit in my head. That shit could be a movie, a comic book, a cartoon. That shit could be so much shit, man.
I could see an anime series with a cult following.
Thank you.
Anime, African warrior vampire anime, nigga, that's different.
You know?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show him the cover right here.
Your boy's an artist too, so he has all the characters pre-designed. He got their whole wardrobe, their look, everything already.
Yo, I need all that. All that, nigga. Yo, and my fiance, she love vampires, nigga.
Yeah, I'm a vampire geek too.
She's a reader
me too. I'm on that shit too. I like that shit too.
This is the cover right here.
That cover is so fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fire. I see. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's real. I need that.
That's what I'm saying. Between the writing and the drawing, because it's like using two sides of my brain, shifting from writing and drawing. But it's definitely it's like keeping your mind sharp, because my mind is definitely. I'm remembering stuff better too, like phone numbers and everything. Like it's having like adverse effects. I'm like,
shit, your brain is a muscle. You just working that shit.
You
know what I'm
flexing
saying?
more than most.
Word.
More than most, my brother. I love it.
That shit is dope. I ain't gonna lie. I was reading that shit. I was like, what?
Years, brother.
Man.
I'm gonna send you chapter 1 and the character breakdowns together, so you can see some of the artwork.
And you know what I was thinking about too, because like when Dave told me he was doing the graphic novels, I think about those days back in the day on Carol Live when Mark and Dave had, you remember all those comic books they wrote and all those stories and that universe and those characters. Shit. I said, Dave, you got an army of niggas you could do to and projects you could branch out upon. But Dave surrounds himself with creative motherfuckers anyway, and good people with good energy. So he definitely got an army.
Yeah, and I actually following Dave and Mark Matthew. Me and Chuck did everything they did. So they was doing comic books. I was doing comic books. Chuck was doing comic books. Whatever they did, we did. So the comic book part, like embracing drawing and artistry and painting, all that other stuff, man. And like I saw what they was doing. They was doing their own comic books, own drawings, colored pencils. I did the same shit that they was doing.
Yo, I don't know if I brought it up on a pod before. I remember when Will first taught himself how to play piano and shit. He was fucking around in that Casio and then was ear playing commercials and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
you know, Shoe's the one that put me in front of BET, and he gave me the piano. He was like, yo, play this. And by the time, like, I would watch videos on from BET, by the time the video was over, I knew how to play the song. So he had me in training, like,
Man, you a
I didn't want to
biological
do it. Like,
AI.
yo, I want to play toys.
That's
Like,
fire.
You're going to be on the piano.
That
Yeah,
is.
that's how I got sharp. That's how I got
We found
sharp
out that you was human Udio back in the day.
I remember you was heavy in the percussions and shit. That's why sometimes when I see a fire ass percussion TikTok or some shit, I send it to you. I say, yeah, well, like this, man. He's a percussion.
Well, you know, because I played 11 instruments from elementary to high school.
Damn.
And then Chuck, my father played the drums, but Chuck was the real percussionist when we was doing production.
Oh wow.
He loved, like, he just loved the like switching up. Like, that was his main thing. I was more instrumental.
Yeah.
I played the drums, but Chuck, he was the
guy.
one. Like, he was the guy. Yeah.
Yo, I remember a couple times Chuck did some beats and they was real R&B. Like, you were like, yo, I'm the instrumentalist, dog. How you gonna make shit that smooth?
You know what it was, man? You know what it was? Iron sharpens iron. And I was like, yo, me and him, we vow, like, yo, we're not gonna be whack because you're not gonna keep making beats better than me. You know what I'm saying? And then R&B is my thing, and you stepping in my lane? Nah, I gotta step my
personal.
So it was a friendly, unspoken competition. And then when we played beats for the squad, we looking at each other like, okay, how many beats do they get excited for on your side? How many beats they get? Because we never told who made what. We just came together. We was a unit, but internally, like, damn, man, this nigga had 7 responses and he had 4. I gotta step up my game this week. Yeah, we were sharp, man. We pushed each other for real. He actually sent me a lot of beats we made 20 to 25 years ago, and some of them still smack. Some of them is outdated, but there's some that, yo, we let out right now, it'll still smack today. Because music is timeless.
Yeah, I could see that too, because I know that y'all made a lot of shit that was like really woven between the curve. Like, there was some shit that y'all did. That's why when it resonates with Shawn's music too, because he's like a conglomeration of all y'all shit. He has like, yo, actually, we got to get Shawn on here one of these days eventually.
Oh yeah, yo, he just hit me yesterday, man. One of his songs just hit 1 million streams on Spotify.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, I was super excited, bro.
Yeah, that's fire.
You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. So yeah, one of his songs, All I Want Is You, I believe the song is 1 million views on Spotify.
Salute. Who is that? Phil Silver.
Much love, Phil Silver. Yeah. Yo, but I which album is that off of? Because, you know, we play on constant rotation in the background. It's all.
I believe that's the album Wolves Cry at Night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's got
All
some
I Want Is You is the song. Yeah, it's like a Caribbean beat still, Phil.
Yeah. I've played that a bunch of times on the pod.
You the reason why it went million.
Right.
Yo, my Spotify 99% of what is playing is y'all shit.
Yo, you know what? After the show, Blaq, I got a song with me and you on it from 20 years ago, bro.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, this dude, his voice, because I was young, my voice is all light. He coming with his deep baritone, smooth, sexy shit. Nigga, I said, yo, that shit still smack, man.
Yo. Yeah, but I used to love working with y'all cats because I was always the dude that, you know, would do music, but I always enjoyed the group aspect of it. I didn't like doing this shit on my own, which made it tougher for me to be a lead vocalist. As a lead vocalist, you got to hammer that shit out on your own. You got to hammer it on your own.
My thing was, I always loved my background vocals. I hated my lead vocal. So when I was able to work with you, I can do the harmony, but your main vocal was so fire, bro, because you had this tone that you can't duplicate that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't teach that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You can teach harmony, but that voice, I can't even explain it. But the voice was fire.
The tone I had back then, and it came to me on accident and shit, because I was doing that choir shit where we had to sing a lot of Latin music, and I remember I went in front of Pops, and I still had that operatic tone to it. He's like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? And then I was like listening to a lot of intro, a lot of Joe, a lot of Jodeci. I was listening to all of them, and then all of a sudden one day I had like a different tone when I would try to sing. I was like, oh, yo, and it was like my shit but I didn't really like the way my shit sounded. How I was happy with it, if y'all was happy with it, I was like, all right,
it was fire. Just take our word for it. Don't stop singing the way you're singing. Nigga.
Right.
Hold up. We got, what did I fuck up and do? Hold up, I got some. We're gonna put some Shawn in the background.
Ba, ba, bum, bum, bum.
So yeah,
Hey,
maybe a view joint.
I gotta run because I'm gonna clock out. But I just want to say this before I go. Friday, I have a new episode coming out, and I'm interviewing this very interesting young black dude. He's 44 years old, but he's paralyzed from a motorcycle accident.
Ooh.
But to kind of counteract what he's going through, he became a collector of items. Like, he has a huge sneaker collection that he actually designed majority of them himself.
Wow,
that's fine.
So it's a visual. It's gonna be on YouTube and on all the streaming platforms. So Friday, I'm gonna send you guys a link, man. I want you guys to tap in, man. So it's a really interesting episode.
Definitely.
I mean, Romel LaChapelle, man. Yeah,
Salute.
Great story and a dope message. So I just want to leave that, man. I love you all, you brothers, man. Peace and blessings, man. I'm gonna see you guys.
You already know, 100.
Text me.
Much love, ladies and gentlemen.
Text your email.
All right, bet. What?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you're going to click on Lost in the Sauce podcast. Check out all the new episodes. And I'm going to be looking forward to that new episode on Friday. We'll be checking it out. Yeah, this one is a smooth beat to it, though.
That's that cruise music right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a song that him and Sauce did together. Got Sauce on there.
Oh, what?
Walk away, my addictions.
Oh, there you go. Uh-oh. We got a person.
I'm sorry.
We got a show. My man performing first time Water TV. Right? Julius White, Barry Clinton.
Word.
Yo, but yeah, I'm happy.
Breezy, salute.
New Orleans in the building, baby.
Hey, breathe.
Yo, and Phil Silvers, much love. Animator fans, 2K. We already hit him. We already hit Miss Lovely up. I ain't missed too many. I ain't missed no comments. Okay. We got him. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the podcast. Much love. Please make sure you're hitting those links in the description on Facebook and YouTube. We have the links to all the music in the description. Check out Mr. Shawn Silver. Shawn Silver, the song we're playing now, he said reached 1 million streams on Spotify, baby. That's a little bit of coin right there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we got Sauce, we got Mark Matthew, we got Rebel Gentlemen, Hollywood Zombies. We got those gentlemen. Their links are in the description. Please go and check them out. I actually forgot to hit MURPH. I talked to MURPH yesterday for a little bit. We was going over some different stuff. It was funny because my take on a lot of shit is a little different than the regular nigga. Plus, I come up with my opinion not based on just a bunch of shit on the news and shit. Yeah. I kind of read a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't just take it off of just somebody telling me. Sometimes I do look at it a little bit because I don't really have a desire to. I'd rather be right than seem right. And even if I'm not right, if my opinions is grounded in reality and in logic, I'm okay. So I could be wrong. I could still be wrong and be okay with it. So I could admit if I'm wrong. Okay, well, obviously you proved me wrong. I'm good. But yeah, this is why I thought that. That's why I said I liked about talking with Terrell, because a lot of times if he tells you a certain thing, you have a good way of explaining it so you can actually see, okay, I kind of understand why he came from that direction, why he came to that conclusion.
Yeah, I ain't just making up shit just to be arguing with nobody type shit. It like, that's really how I feel, like, or you feel what I'm saying? It's based off some kind of fact.
Yes, sir. That's why
I just emailed you the chapter.
So I'm definitely, as soon as I get up here off here, I'm gonna roll up and get to reading this shit.
Get to read. Yo, I
might need you to do a voiceover. You gotta play.
I'm definitely with that shit. If you do the audio book, I'm with that shit all day long. Like, I'm with that shit all day long.
And it's funny. One of the reasons I read some stuff multiple times because I read through some stuff and I got Speechify and I created an AI voice of my voice. So I'm reading through it, but it's saying my voice in my ears too while I'm reading through it. That's why I go back and I tell you I read something twice or I read it 3 times because sometimes like I want to see the words. So if I'm doing something and I don't get to do the words, sometimes I go rewind and because you could know the AI mispronounces shit a lot.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it is. I try to listen to it at work with the AI playing. I couldn't do it. I said I'm gonna just wait till I can read that shit myself. Like,
but when you reading it along with it while it's playing, you can see, okay, that nigga fucked up that word, and then you can hear it when it goes, instead of it saying a dot, it go I dot say, or it says something weird like that. or just like if there's a space in the paragraph, it'll pause before finishing the last word, but then it has an automatic pause with the punctuation, so it just the speech pattern look a little weird. But for the most part, the shit was going through smooth.
Oh, that's what's up. I gotta try that shit.
Yeah, I got Speechify, man. I sent the link to a few casts. I was like, yo, I like this shit.
Yeah, only thing that shit to me.
Yeah, I find it in my phone. I'll send it to you. Only thing that's weird is that there's certain books that they won't. Certain books that they won't. Okay, hold up. Oh shit, hold on. I gotta save this. Hey Dave, I'm sending. Did Sauce send you his email yet? If not, I'm sending it to you now.
Yeah, send it to me now.
Okay, I'm sending it to you now. See, I lost my train of thought. I don't know what the fuck I was saying just then.
Speechify.
Yeah, when I first was running through it, I wasn't gonna fuck with it, and then because I always wanted to do like audio books with my voice, but now it's like you speak a couple fucking sentences, the AI will do it for you, and it's so eerie because it learns your breathing patterns while you talk. You can hear the nigga take breaths.
Wow, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's kind of spooky. That's a little spooky.
Yeah, that shit is spooky as hell. Like
it copies your shit. And then like the original voice I did, I went into my bathroom because I figured it'd be quieter, but there's a little bit of an echo in there. So my voice on there got a little echo in it. You can hear the background a little bit with it. So I'm probably gonna redo it in a more quiet environment so it doesn't have that. But yeah, it's interesting. I paid for it because I was gonna do a couple days free. If it was garbage, I was gonna shut it off. But I kept it.
Yeah, we might need that. And then I'll get everybody clips of everybody's voices, and then we could probably do the audio book a lot faster.
True.
For real. And they just have to come in. And then sometimes especially if you want to do like the voice acting portion, because I did a couple of things where I voiced the voice on this one nigga. He did I forgot what it was called. It was an animated series, but he wanted me to do the voice of Darth Vader. And I did the voice of Darth Vader, but then he wanted me to do the voice of the Mandalorian, and that shit was a little too. I ain't have time, so I don't think I did a good job. So he ain't called my ass back about that. They might have found somebody else. Because it's like you gotta be talking into a toilet paper roll. Yeah, that's like, you know what I'm saying? That nigga got a mask on the whole time, so I didn't do a good job with that. But I understood why he didn't hit me back. But that nigga's Instagram's erased and his YouTube channel's gone. So all that shit I did is gone. It's gone.
Wow.
But
you were saying it won't let you put certain books in there. Like what type of books it won't let you put in this?
From because you could download books from Amazon. That shit.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't let me download one of the books from my boy. It's one of my boys wrote a book. It's something by numbers. The theme of it's about an antichrist, and it's not just one antichrist. It's like a group of them that are born, and they have demon guardian angels that guide them, and they're basically the people on earth that usher people to heaven or to hell. And this kid in there, he doesn't like what's going on. He doesn't feel that. He feels a lot of people are going to hell that shouldn't. So he start making exceptions. He starts sending niggas to heaven. Like, oh, if someone killed your kid and you murder him, heaven, nigga. You know, he start doing like that.
It sounds like the spiritual justice system is corrupt. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But it winds up fucking everything up. It causes a new war between heaven and hell, and it throws shit off a combobulation, and it causes a lot of disruptions into mankind on Earth. He's fucking everything up because of his ideology, and then part of it, he's getting to see, okay, things were this way for a reason.
For a reason, right.
So it's a whole story. He had a dude that was looking at it to make it a movie. Robert De Niro even read it, and a couple other people read it, but the Jewish guy that was his backing, he passed away unsuspectedly. And then his family that took over the publishing company no longer had any desire to push it. Yeah. So he said he was really kind of fucked up when his boy died, because he said the dude wasn't just my publisher. He was my friend. He said, I love this dude. And he was like, he was a real good guy. And so he's just been working, dealing with shit. And I told him I was gonna read it. It took me forever to read it. I'm trying to make my way through it, but it wouldn't let me download it to the audio thing. It kept saying like it was a book sample, and it wasn't a book sample. I bought the whole fucking thing.
Oh shit!
I should be able to download it, but it wouldn't allow.
That shit sound fire though.
Yeah, hell yeah, that shit definitely sound interesting, like some different shit.
And it's crazy because as the break between their like sort of kind of Nephilims, they can see the clock number on your head of how much time you got before you die. They could just see it. No one can see it but them.
That's fire. Yeah, that's crazy though.
And you don't crazy. And it's weird because you don't come into your powers until you like enter puberty or something. Then it starts manifest. Like you have samples of the power you have while you're little, but until you fully manifest your power, you have to reach the age for you to graduate to your powers. And then you start being able to see your demon. And a lot of them think they're crazy at first when the motherfucker comes because nobody knows.
That's a dope idea. I ain't gonna lie about it. Like that's interesting.
About.
That's definitely interesting. For real, that's interesting.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna introduce this dude to you dudes because I know that he's one of my boys. And it's funny how I met this. I met him on Red Dead Redemption 2 online. I accidentally killed him, and I'm a scrub. So he proceeds to murder me relentlessly. And I had no skill to fucking kill him. So I start cheating. I start throwing dynamite at this nigga. I start doing dynamite arrows and shit, blowing him up. And then I accidentally down his horse. And I didn't like hurting horses. So I went and revived his horse. And he came back. He was about to kill me. He said, "Ah, man, you revived my horse, buddy. I can't keep killing you. What's your name?" He thought I was a kid. I said, "My name's Julian, nigga." "Oh, you a grown ass nigga?" "I can't keep killing you after you saved my horse. What's up?" I said, "I was just happy I almost killed you 3 times. He killed me like 40 times, nigga. He was murdered. I was about to run out of bullets and everything. This dude was he was just happy. I get he was there giggling. And he said he honestly thought I was a little retarded. He said, "Why are you dying so much and keep coming back? What is wrong with you?"
You're not good at this.
That's what he was. But then after that, if I was in a game and somebody shot me, this mug will leave lobbies, come over there and just murder them until they leave the lobby.
That's fire.
That was my boy. We played GTA a little bit too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I say I ain't played video games in decades. I'm like, it sounds fun though. I gotta get back involved.
Oh yeah, the new shit to get your creative juices flowing now because it's way more realistic. Like you just gotta find the type of games you are like.
I think the last video game I played, it was like Sega Genesis.
Oh yeah, that's the 80s, the early 90s or some shit. Like
like I can see when you finally make it the Dazzy Vampire video game, that's gonna be fire.
Oh, that'll be fire.
Yeah. I'll play that all day. I'll be up in there. But we gotta get the community with the headset so people could talk. Like
now here's what I want you to do if you do that game. Make a story mode that's compatible where you could play it with multiple people because there's no games that really kind of do that 100% where you can all participate. Well, Red Dead kind of does online.
Yeah, they got a couple games that do it.
But like the main story mode is just usually singular play. It's like one dude. But then like with Red Dead, what's cool about that, you got the online version and there's stories and theme shit you could play within that. But they gave up on it because they're working on GTA 6. And then I think they come out with Red Dead Redemption 3, which I don't know how they're gonna do. Where they gonna go? A prequel? You know what I'm saying? Because this one was a prequel to the first one. The second one was a prequel to the first one.
Prequel, yeah.
we was killing dinosaurs, nigga, and riding them through the forest. You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do?
Yeah, it's like how early could you go? Like you gonna go back to slavery?
Right.
You know what they slick though? In Red Dead Online, they have aggressive NPCs, right? There was a side of town where there was a bunch of black folks, right? And if you go and you try to fuck with one of them, those niggas will literally jump you. The NPCs will jump you, and they'll start slipping your punches and countering on you.
Have you out there swinging for the air?
Because one of my boys I played with, he only murdered white NPCs. He refused to kill black ones.
I like that.
He was like, yo, I can't do it. Oh, man. Because he would get mad when he would accidentally hit one of the black ones and they start trying to fuck him up. He said, listen, I don't want to kill you, but I ain't dying for you, nigga. I'm about to kill all y'all up in here.
Shit, GTA, you can't do that because you'll steal a car and it'd be somebody jump out the car shooting at you. So you got to shoot anybody, like the NPCs. Like you'll try to steal a car. Yeah, some of them be having guns on them and shit.
In Red Dead 2, they'll try to fight you, but then if they miss and they get farther enough, they always pull out. They always pull out. They all got guns.
I never played Red Dead Redemption. Like I never played.
You'll love the story mode. I think you'll get into the story mode, especially since you played the first one.
Yeah, I played the first one, not two.
Online is that was my shit. I lived online for like a couple years while it was in beta and everything. I was getting off of work, jumping into a PlayStation party with my bros, just talking. We would go into the desert and just beat each other ass for hours, just have fist fights.
Pause.
Yeah, we got
but yeah,
bet you her dad is proud.
He hit every button.
I had another one at the in resume and play. I had that one because when we would do when I would do it, it'd be like, yo, pause, and I'd be like, and resume. But yeah, man, Red Dead was my shit, man. I still want to play it sometime. In the RP, I haven't really got into it. I've done.
They
more
got RP.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know they had RP servers. Like that's like more the realistic, where you got to play by more realistic rules and shit.
You got to eat food or you die and shit.
Yeah, you got to get sleep, all that shit. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's good.
Because they got the GTA server is 5M. It's a 5M, and then the Red Dead server is Red M, and you can go in there and jump into all the Red Dead servers. And I've been in a bunch of 5M servers. I was one of them. I was a little kid. I played a little kid, and I had a twin brother. And then we had a mom and a dad, and we would run around talking shit. And I got my voice changer on.
I didn't really sound like a little kid. I went in that motherfucker sounding like this. I was like, hey, what's up?
That don't sound like no
scam
kid.
Beta. Like a scam beta.
You got games in your phone, nigga? It's like, oh, she's so cute. I ain't everything on me, little lady. Turn around. Let me see what you working with.
I would go in there and talk goofy shit.
That little kid shit and the RP shit is so funny because on GTA you never see no little kids.
No, never.
They can't have. I think they something where they couldn't have kids because I think when they first did it, they put kids in and then they took the kids out. Like,
because you murdering motherfuckers.
Exactly. Like, so you can't be just running around killing little kids and shit. Yeah. But you never see no kids in the whole nowhere. Like,
now in the RP servers, it's against the RP rules for an adult to kill a child too. If you want to get banned from the server, you go and target kids. You'll be done. The mods will kick
if you target them, but shit, them RP servers, the kids be having guns and maybe the kids be selling drugs and all that shit. Yeah,
right. You can, but if you were a kid and you get caught by the cops and they search you and they find it, they call your parents. You know, it's weird. It's weird. It's
a real world. This is like a real like
shit. And T Grizzly RP, them kids be getting locked up. Like, nigga, if you a little kid, they'll send your ass because they be in there trapping, holding guns, all that shit. Like, but that's real life because little kids they just go to little kid jail.
Yo, we was in the server once, right? Me and Braxton was in there. We was playing brothers. My boy Brax, Slumpzero. So we roll into the server. Now, Brax been in there for a while. I don't know this nigga got drugs and guns on him. So all of a sudden there's cops and everything blocks and they pull us over. And then Brax get out the car. He immediately pulls out, starts blasting at the cops, right? So I get out the car and I'm trying to run and get out of the way so I don't get shot. A cop literally runs me over with a pickup, fucks me up. I'm laying on the ground bleeding. I'm like, help me. Help me. And it's like, okay, sir, we're going to get right with you. And this dude not helping me. He's processing the evidence stream. He's like, there's major blood on the front of this vehicle. Nigga, you ran me over. And then Brax got locked up, but he managed to throw his gun away. So they didn't know who was shooting. And then the police chief came and said, yo, why is this dude here still bleeding out? Why didn't someone get him medical attention? He was shooting at me. And then he searched me, seen I didn't have a gun. He said, with what gun was he shooting at you with, genius? He's unarmed.
They didn't test y'all for the the GSR?
I wouldn't have had no resolution on me anyway.
But he did though.
Yeah, but he was gone. They
Oh,
ran
he
away.
was
He bounced. He left me there fucked up.
Wow, that's just it sounds crazy.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Like, because if you shoot your gun, you'll have gunshot residue. So you got to find like some water to wash it off. Like,
and there's
or
blood.
the police, because when they search you, they could test you to see if you were shooting your gun. Yeah, unless you wash it off.
There's blood spatter patterns. There's shells.
Yeah, the shell casings with your fingerprints on them. That shit wild.
Wow.
I went. There was one server with it. They had like guard mount where it was a pre-shift for the cops. They were going over the Fifth Amendment laws, illegal search and seizure. They were reminding them they needed, to have probable cause to stop people. They were actually informing these were all cops that were playing in the game, and some of them were actually cops in real life that were playing cops in the game.
Because they send you to jail, you go to jail and all that shit. They send you to jail, you go to jail, all that shit.
Yeah, my brother was locked up for a few, but because I didn't say nothing, they couldn't get me. If I would have said something stupid, they would have connected it to him, but they didn't. I was like, "Oh, I'm dying, officer. You should have got me medical attention. I ain't even do nothing." And they were breaking character laughing. They weren't supposed to be laughing. A nigga's literally bleeding to death while they drive. And then they left me at the hospital in cuffs. They didn't take the cuffs off. So I'm still in the hospital. I got fixed and everything, but I had cuffs on, and nobody in the hospital could take them off. But one of my other brothers had a crooked cop, and he came and he took the cuffs off.
Wow, you got a crooked cop on the payroll.
Yeah.
They got doctors, nurses, all that shit in there. That shit is crazy. That RP shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that shit is crazy. People selling drugs, like they got little spots where you could trap like areas you could sell drugs. It's crazy. That shit is wild. Like, you could cook crack. You could get coke, get baking soda, a pot, and cook crack. That shit is wild. Like, this shit is wild. Like,
me and my brother was doing meth. We weren't doing it. We was collecting the items we needed for meth, and then we'll go to a shop that produces the meth. But we had to go buy baggies to put the meth in. So we were going, and it was a crooked spot. And then my brother got into a fight, my RP brother, and the dude like was threatening to kill my brother, and he didn't kill my brother. He wound up killing me. And then it was some funny shit. And then they felt bad because I was new to the server. So they gave me a bunch of money, and then they gave me some guns. And then they was nice to me. They was like, "Oh, my man, we didn't know you was that new in the server. I would never blick you like that, son."
That shit wild. That shit is definitely wild.
That shit sound intricate. That shit
sound it's like some internet shit. And there's people that be on that shit all day long, like all day. Like they live in them shits for real.
That's what I'm saying. This is like a pocket dimension.
Yeah, nigga have girls in there. It's motherfuckers be getting chicks pregnant in them shits, all that shit.
Right, niggas having digital baby mamas,
all that shit.
Then you gotta find someone to play your kid once your kid is born. You gotta find another RP character to play your kid.
Wow. That shit is wild. That shit is wild.
Yo, we had like the girl that was my mom. She was only 22 years old in real life. I said, "How's it feel to be the mother of a 40-something-year-old man?" And she was like, "It's all right, you cool." Because me and her her and the crew, we used to sit in Discord and be on camera playing RP, and then we would like just turn off the RP and just get blitzed, get drunk, and talk shit to each other. Then if we had one motherfucker in it that had no money to get no alcohol, we would send them money, "Cat, go get some liquor and drink with us, nigga."
That's funny as hell.
They should make it where you could really make paper in there. Like you could like connect.
But they do. They do. Like I say, if it's your server, because people buy the people that got the server, they be owning this shit.
Okay.
So if you own a server, you get like people buying diamonds and shit, or the way you buy guns and shit. Most of the time, people spending real money, so they making real money in there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And that server,
people making real money. Yeah.
The server was part of Lil Baby's record label. I was in that motherfucker for a few, and you could buy like a limited edition cars, but you had to spend cash. You
got to spend money.
Yeah, you could get like niggas be wearing like fucking Jordan, certain brand clothes, be buying cars. You could buy a mansion.
Or even like if you want to start a business in the RP server, right? You gotta buy it with real money.
That's fire.
Yeah, say you be like, yo, I want to start a studio over here. You gotta pay for it with real money though. Yeah, that shit, wow. People making. That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of people doing it, because people making real money on top of it. Like,
and that's what used to piss me off sometimes when I was playing a kid, because I couldn't come in the server without my parents. Because if they catch you without your parents, they was like, "Where your parents at?" And I was like, "None of your business. Where your parents at, nigga?"
oh, that's probably just the server you was in, because you know each server got their own rules and shit. Like,
here's what I told Chase. I said, "Yo, listen, find out where our parents' mansion at, and we'll set our spawn spot there, and then we could just wreak havoc around that motherfucker. We could just fuck with everybody.
Just go home, run home,
right down the street, officer."
Right.
Wow, that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, we had Chase had aunties and uncles that would just give him bread. They would buy him cars, take him to the spot. He had millions. It was just all gifted to him by other players. That was his aunties. Yeah, because me and him was twin brothers. We had a little brother, and then our parents were some young niggas. Neither one of them was over 26. My mom was like 22 years old in real life. But yeah, we got that witching hour. We could shut it down unless y'all guys got something else we need to bring up.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry.
Yeah, shut it down, man.
I'm like, I got some.
I'm hungry my damn self.
I'm making some lemon pepper wings. I got them marinating.
Oh yeah, mouth watering. Nigga, he just thought about it. Mouth started watering.
I got the air fryer ready to go. I'm about to air fry them back.
Yeah.
Podcast is gonna eat, but anyway, yo, much love to everyone who came to the podcast today. Hard. Thank you for supporting. Please make sure you're clicking those links in the description and go and visit all the artists we feature in the podcast and music. Make sure you're going to check out Lostin TheSauce podcast. Also, check out Hudson Redwater Rebel Gentlemen's website. Buy some of that amazingly high quality gear. And make sure you go to see the awesome content on Quarter Water TV. Much love. See you later. Bet you heard
Peace
that.
out.
Peace out.
Acting like a origin on me, yeah. So you know your body is calling me, yeah. Every sex position perform, we setting up car alarms as if my dick got not start.